Imagine this. You're relaxing at home, maybe enjoying a cup of coffee. Suddenly, you hear a strange noise, a rustling, a thump. You investigate, only to come face to face with an unexpected guest, a wild animal. From curious squirrels in attics to raccoons raiding the pantry, these encounters can be shocking, perplexing, even a bit humorous. So, buckle up as we delve into the world of unexpected house guests, exploring why they choose our homes, how they get in, and what we can do about it. These encounters offer a glimpse into the complex relationship between humans and wildlife. As we expand our homes and encroach upon their habitats, animals are increasingly forced to adapt. Sometimes, that adaptation means seeking shelter, food, or even just a temporary respite from the elements within the walls of our homes. So, grab your explorer's hat and get ready to venture into the fascinating world of animal intrusions. Why would a wild animal choose your cozy abode over the great outdoors? The answer, simply put, is survival. Our homes, for all their human comforts, often provide the basic necessities that animals seek: shelter, food, and water. Think about it. A dry attic is prime real estate during a rainstorm, and a well-stocked pantry can be irresistible to a hungry critter. Shelter is a primary motivator. Animals seek protection from predators, harsh weather, and even just the stress of living in the wild. Your attic might seem like an odd choice for a raccoon family, but it offers a safe, dry haven to raise their young. Similarly, a crawl space can become a haven for skunks seeking refuge from winter's chill. Food is another powerful draw. Our homes, often overflowing with easily accessible snacks, are like all-you-can-eat buffets for wildlife. Raccoons are notorious for their intelligence and dexterity, often figuring out how to open garbage cans, pet food containers, and even poorly secured doors. Understanding the reasons behind these intrusions is the first step in learning to prevent them. By recognizing the basic needs that drive animals to our homes, we can start to implement strategies to make our properties less appealing, or at least less accessible, to our wild neighbors. You might think your house is an impenetrable fortress, but to a determined animal, even the smallest opening can be an open invitation. These resourceful creatures are masters at exploiting vulnerabilities, often squeezing through spaces you wouldn't believe possible. One of the most common entry points is the roof. Loose shingles, gaps around vents, and chimneys are all potential highways into your attic. Squirrels are notorious climbers, able to scale even brick walls with ease, while raccoons, with their nimble paws, can pry open roof vents or damage flashing. Don't forget about the foundation. Cracks in concrete, gaps around pipes, and even loose siding can provide access for burrowing animals like skunks, groundhogs, and rats. Regularly inspecting your home's exterior, sealing up any cracks or gaps, and ensuring windows and doors are properly secured can go a long way in keeping unwanted guests out. Now that we understand why animals might seek refuge in our homes and how they gain entry, let's meet some of the most common culprits. From tiny mice to larger-than-life raccoons, these creatures often top the list of unexpected house guests. Raccoons. These masked bandits are intelligent and resourceful, often gaining notoriety for their ability to open doors, latches, and even refrigerators. They're particularly active at night and often seek shelter in attics, chimneys, and crawl spaces. Squirrels. These agile climbers are known for their acrobatic feats and their love of nuts. They often find their way into attics and walls where they can cause significant damage by gnawing on wires, insulation, and wooden beams. Bats. While beneficial for insect control, bats can become a nuisance if they roost in attics or other parts of your home. Their droppings, known as guano, can pose health risks, and their presence can be unsettling. Mice and rats. These rodents are notorious for their ability to squeeze through tiny holes and their rapid reproduction rates. They can contaminate food, spread diseases, and cause damage by gnawing on wiring and insulation. Skunks. While not known for their climbing abilities, skunks can burrow under foundations and decks, often seeking shelter in crawl spaces and basements. They're infamous for their pungent odor, which they spray as a defense mechanism. While the prospect of a wild animal breaking into your home might seem alarming, some of these encounters border on the comical. Real-life stories abound of unexpected house guests behaving badly, creating chaos, and leaving homeowners scratching their heads in disbelief. Take for instance the case of the mischievous raccoon who developed a taste for gourmet coffee. The homeowner, initially perplexed by the disappearing coffee beans, eventually caught the culprit red-handed, or should we say paw-handed, raiding the canister. These stories, while amusing, highlight the unpredictable nature of animal intrusions. Animal behavior is heavily influenced by the seasons, and home intrusions are no exception. Understanding these seasonal patterns can help homeowners anticipate potential problems and take steps to prevent them. Spring. As temperatures rise, animals emerge from hibernation and begin their breeding season. This often leads to increased activity around homes as animals search for nesting sites, food and water for their young. Attics, crawl spaces, and sheds can all become prime real estate for nesting birds, squirrels, and raccoons. Summer, with warmer weather, comes an abundance of food sources and animals are busy raising their young. This can lead to more frequent encounters as animals venture into yards and gardens in search of sustenance. Bird feeders, fruit trees, and compost bins can all attract unwanted visitors. Fall. As the days grow shorter and temperatures drop, animals begin preparing for winter. Squirrels are busy burying nuts while raccoons and other creatures seek out warm, dry places to spend the colder months. Attics, garages, and sheds become attractive hibernation spots. It's easy to chuckle at the image of a squirrel wreaking havoc in a living room or a raccoon enjoying a midnight snack from the pantry. And indeed, many animal intrusions are more comical than concerning. But it's crucial to remember that these encounters can also have serious implications. On a practical level, wild animals can cause significant damage to homes. Their gnawing, scratching, and nesting behaviors can damage insulation, wiring, wood framing, and even compromise the structural integrity of a building. Cleaning up after these unwelcome guests can be costly and time-consuming, involving repairs, sanitation, and even odor removal. Beyond the physical damage, there are potential health risks to consider. Wild animals can carry diseases, parasites, and bacteria that can be harmful to humans and pets. Rabies, hantavirus, and leptospirosis are just a few examples of the health threats associated with wildlife. Their droppings, urine, and even their presence can contaminate living spaces and pose risks to human health. While it's fine to find humor in the situation, it's essential to prioritize safety and take appropriate measures to address the problem. This often means calling in professionals who have the experience and equipment to handle wildlife safely and humanely. The best way to deal with animal intrusions is to prevent them in the first place. By taking a proactive approach and implementing some simple strategies, homeowners can significantly reduce the likelihood of unwanted guests. Seal up entry points. Inspect your home's exterior thoroughly, paying close attention to the roof, foundation, windows, and doors. Seal any cracks, gaps, or holes with durable materials like steel wool, caulk, or hardware cloth. Ensure vents, chimneys, and crawl space access points are properly secured. Remove attractants. Keep your property clean and free of food sources that might tempt wildlife. Store garbage in tightly sealed containers, avoid leaving pet food outdoors, and clean up fallen fruit promptly. Consider using wildlife-resistant bird feeders or suspending them from cables to deter squirrels. Maintain a clean yard. Trim overgrown bushes and trees as they can provide hiding spots and easy access to your roof. Keep firewood stacked neatly away from the house and remove any debris piles or clutter that might attract rodents or other animals. Install barriers. Consider installing physical barriers to deter animals from accessing vulnerable areas. Chimney caps, wire mesh around gardens, and fences buried at least 1 foot underground can discourage intrusions. By being proactive and vigilant, you can create a less inviting environment for wildlife and minimize the chances of an unexpected encounter. While DIY prevention methods can be effective, there are times when it's best to call in the professionals. If you're dealing with a large infestation, a potentially dangerous animal, or simply don't feel comfortable handling the situation yourself, seeking professional wildlife removal is the safest and most humane course of action. Professional wildlife removal experts have the experience, knowledge, and specialized equipment to safely and effectively remove animals from homes and properties. They are trained in animal behavior, trapping techniques, and humane removal methods. They can also identify and address any underlying issues that might be attracting animals to your home. Here are some signs that it's time to call in the professionals. You see signs of an infestation. Multiple droppings, nests, damaged insulation, or strong odors can indicate a significant infestation requiring professional attention. The animal is acting strangely. If an animal is exhibiting unusual behavior such as aggression, disorientation, or lethargy, it might be sick or injured and require specialized handling. You're dealing with a potentially dangerous animal. Animals like raccoons, bats, and skunks can be aggressive and carry diseases. It's best to leave their removal to trained professionals. You've tried DIY methods without success. If your attempts to remove the animal yourself have failed, it's time to call in the experts. They have the knowledge and tools to get the job done right. Professional wildlife removal is an investment in your safety, the well-being of the animal, and the long-term protection of your home.